Okay, so we got the harness bar in, and then we got these two diagonal bars we were talking about, so this way it has support going that way as well. I just have to finish up a couple hard to get spots underneath here, and then that'll be done. The front shock tower bars are done. They're not exactly how we wanted them, but they're on there and they're structural, and they're welded underneath here and then mounted up there and there, obviously. So once I finish the little bit of welding on these underneath here, all the structural parts of it are done. Mina started working on the taillights. I think he's got them all wired in. So what we're gonna do back here is make a box that starts about here, comes up, covers the gas tank, and then the taillights are gonna sit along there like that. And then we're gonna put one up top here just so trucks and higher vehicles can see them better at night. So yeah, now once I finish welding those, all the hard parts are done. Now we just got to start making it pretty, cleaning it up, get ready for paint, and then should be able to knock this out in about a week, and then we're gonna move on to that so we can make it for that event in 3 weeks. Yeah, I like that.
Yep. Right.
And he has all the taillights wired in.
Sure do.
So then we're gonna mount those like such. Once we get this all pinned down. Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
Get in there.
Those are crazy bright.
So we made a panel to go on
To
the
hide
back.
the ugly.
Yes. Yep. Mostly I made. So, so we can.
So it's gonna sit like that. And then we made a grid, an inch
What?
by an inch, so we could make.
Taillights are gonna sit like this. Yep.
So now we're gonna cut those out and hope we didn't mess anything up.
See you guys soon.
Wow, okay. You ruined the whole thing. Okay, so Mina got headlights mounted, kinda. We gotta tighten them, but they're on there and they're wired in. And then we finished a little taillight panel. So all that's wired, so we just have to plug everything in. And then we have to weld bolts behind here so we can fasten this down. And then what's left?
Some more headlights.
Oh yeah, the weird ones. And we're gonna do like a 20-inch light bar like there-ish, just for unnecessary light. Okay, so I got everything disconnected up here. Then I got this big transmission mount, diff mount thing undone. So everything's ready to go. That's how we're doing our cheap wire tech. Okay, so Mina finished putting the 1.8 in. It cranks, but there's no sparks, so there's a couple wires we probably missed. But we took the entire harness and put it through the center of the dash, just so after we kind of clean things up here, there should be pretty much just the spark plug wires will be visible, and then we're gonna run the headlight wires kind of underneath the frame rail, so it should clean it up a little bit. So I don't really know where he left off, so I'm just gonna leave that alone for now, and I'm gonna switch over to the bug. I have to weld in gas pedal and then tighten all the suspension up front, and then run the throttle cable, and I should be able to drive it tonight. So I'm gonna focus on that, and we'll see what happens.
How am I on stuff? Go straight back. Yeah.
I have no brakes at all.
That's awesome.
You gotta pump it like 10 times for it
To stop. Welder. There you have it, folks.
Mina's all sad because we got the 1.8 in the Miata and it was misfiring, and we found out that the head gasket is blown. So now he gets to do that tomorrow. It was faster though.
It was definitely faster.
With
Low compression.
Yeah.
The head gasket's blown, so well, I guess take the head off tonight and hopefully have it together by the weekend.
And then we're gonna use this as the turbo manifold, so we're gonna flip it. So turbo's gonna sit right there. Save $100 and it'll look cooler.
Can't wait.
That's like your closing.
That has not worked. Cylinder second. Oh yeah. Let's see. So this one is the one that kept getting water in, right? Oh yeah, there you go. See all the burn spots?
Oh yeah.
That's where I blew the gasket. Oh yeah. That's why second cylinder kept getting water. Yep.
Look how little it is.
It's tiny. It's tiny.
Just for giggles.
Yes. The time has come for the Miata to get painted. Primered, sorry. Still learning. This is what professional painters look like.
Don't be a child. Show them what the professional paint booth looks like.
Oh yeah, look at this. See it?
No,
the booth
that
is.
that paint booth.
Oh, yes. So the Miata is in the paint booth right now. If you haven't noticed.
Okay, so we took the stock 1.8 manifold and we cut it, obviously, and then we flipped it. So then it puts it up like such. And then we're gonna weld the junkyard turbo directly to that.
We sure are.
So we're gonna, it's tacked on, so we're gonna finish welding it and fill in that giant gap that I cut wrong, and then weld the turbo on. Okay, so it is welded. and on there, and it looks good.
Yeah.
Until
I'm gonna bring the turbo.
we put the turbo on.
Dun,
Please.
dun, dun, dun.
Stop it. Put it on. Show them where I messed up.
Wow.
So that's how the turbo is gonna mount.
That'd be mistake 106 for Preston for this project.
So now we gotta brainstorm and see how we can get that to face
Yep.
straight up and down.
We'll let you guys know what we end up with.
Yeah, we overlooked that
Yeah, we did.
by a lot. So we had the brilliant idea of cutting that, and I messed up the cut, and it still works perfectly. Haha!
Okay.
Enter turbo.
Yep.
I hold.
Here's the centerpiece.
Look at that.
And look at that.
It's flat.
Yep.
Look at that.
Yep.
Sits up like 19 inches higher than it should. But that's what we wanted.
Yes.
And look at that. That's like
perfect.
less gap than I had to weld down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to cover as much of that in heat wrap as we can. No
Yeah,
one can see this. Okay, so we took the exhaust flange from the Miata and welded it to the turbo. Very poorly, but it's all now. So now that will sit like such.
Oh yeah. That's perfect.
From over here it looks really janky.
Really?
Yeah, but from the front it looks good.
It'll all be wrapped in.
Okay, we got the wheels painted and we're getting ready to do them in this graphic to match everything else we've done. We got the valve cover and the intake manifold all done and cleared. Just left them in the oven to get them to dry faster. There's one of the wheels, so I'm going to show you a couple dip videos and then clear them tomorrow. I'll show you where the Miata's at right now. So I'm clearing the front tonight, and then I'm clearing just the roll cage, and then tomorrow I'm going to take the roll cage off, and then everything that's in paper minus the steering wheel we're going to paint a darker gray like what's up here, and then clear that. So that's where we're at. That's what we're doing. We have 3 days until the event, and we have easily 2 weeks of work to do. So we'll see how it goes. I'm on 4 hours of sleep. Mina's about the same. So it better be worth it because we're getting cranky and tired. Okay, so I got the front and the cage cleared last night. It looks decent. The cage was by far the hardest thing I've ever cleared. You either don't get it wet enough or you run it, and I ended up running it in a bunch of places because I'd rather it have enough on it. So got some wet sanding to do. But today we got to take the whole cage off and then take all this paper off and then lay a different color gray and then clear that and then take this off again so we can do bed liner on the floor and back there again while the cage is still taped off. So that's the game plan for that. I have to make a radiator bracket for that Honda radiator to fit inside that shroud, and then that'll mount right up front, and then we have to dip that's going to be that color gray with that hexagon camo that we did on the wheels and the valve cover. So I got all of the wheels done. I gotta clear them. There's a couple spots like in these grooves, like right there where it's stretched. So I'm gonna touch all that up real quick and then throw clear on them. And then that's the plan for the morning. I gotta go run some errands and then come back, tape off the cage and do all that. So that's the plan for today. I got 5 hours of sleep last night, so It's a little better than the night before, so we'll see what happens. I got my caffeine, so we'll get going. Got the wheels cleared, touched up as much as I could with the time that I had, but they look pretty decent. I'm happy with them. So after I run some errands, we gotta bake those for bake them in the oven to get the clear to harden faster, because we have to mount tires on them tomorrow, which is lame because usually I like to let this sit for about 3 or 4 days before putting tires on them. So I'm gonna bake them each separately throughout the day, and hopefully they're hard enough to mount tires on tomorrow. Have everything mocked up and kind of drawn out on how this is gonna mount inside, and then we gotta go get some fine fence mesh, and then we're gonna run that on the inside of this so you won't see that this doesn't fill the whole shell, but it should look good. It'll be pretty easy. And then I gotta get all this chrome crap off of this and then dip that in the taillight piece, so we'll do both of those at the same time. And then all the dipping I think should be done. We have to make a downpipe and run the exhaust to the back. Mina got suspension, so he's gonna put that on tomorrow. Tomorrow's gonna be awful because we can't do a whole lot today with everything, with all the clear being soft and then having to paint all this. So tomorrow's gonna be go time. Okay, so to fill everyone in, we pulled a 26-hour day, and we had everything ready to go. We had the radiator mounted, everything was ready to go, but it wouldn't start. So compression was coming out of the intake side, and the cam gears ended up being on wrong from the machine shop. So Mina got the cams from the other 1.8, now they're on, so now we're gonna see if it fires.
Actually, real quick, can you make sure?
Yay.
It's not on, but it's good. Yes,
Yay.
active exhaust. And MAF somehow needs to make it in front of the turbo so it stays running. And then we're gonna go for a drive.
Yay.
Started. We did it. Good. Oh, we need a cooler.
And a hose.
At least something.
Why don't we go get that after we take the cherry picker to Ethan?
Yeah. Timing belt is real tight, but that's good for boost.
Yay.
What?
There's gotta be...
Way better with no boost.
It still bogs though?
A little bit. That cam angle sensor is adjustable. But you can't see because I just put the... So...
Yeah, because it seems like it's idling kind of
It is.
wonky
I mean, that's kind of rough for... But I bet you... I'll get the RPM going again and watch it and just get it idling at 1,000 because right now, it's just like a distributor. So it's just
Oh, that
idling
angle sensor is?
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's just idling way too low.
It's a lot of the boost problem too. So
Yeah.
when you
Let's get it,
when
we'll
you
get it running.
disconnected that, how much of those threads were in?
About 4 left. But
Okay.
I think no matter what, I could be wrong. It's got to take 14 psi to open that wastegate. Angle sensor
Okay.
a little higher, but it definitely runs a lot better.
It looks sweet.
Yeah.
It looks
felt
really
good.
cool.
I redlined it first because RPM can't even work with the most. So much better without that wastegate mount I made.
What are you doing, Dennis?
Yeah, FMU on.
Can't even see it. There it is. What does that do?
Gives it more fuel since you're not on the standalone.
That's all we need. We just need more fuel. We don't care how we get it. We just need more fuel.
Worst case scenario, we're gonna weld the wastegate slightly open if we can't get enough fuel for it.
And there's no way to pull timing, so it probably won't boost much.
That's okay.
We wanted to do like 3.5 pounds anyway.
That's
He terrifies me. That was better.
Yeah, you just can't give it gas right off the bat. You gotta wait. And then,
You gotta chill out a little bit.
yeah.
Kicks for a spin.
There's a bunch of oil on the timing belt.
Cam seal.
Cam seal came off? Yeah.
Why does it keep sliding out? Just clean it off, put some soap on the outside of it.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.